Hello everybody, it's July 11th, 2017, and one of my YouTube viewers requested that I make a video that shows the functionality of the throttle on a late 50s, early 60s Johnson Evinrude 10 horse. So here I have my 1959 Evinrude 10 horse Sportwin. We're going to use this for an example. And the first thing we're going to do is show the gears that connect the tilt portion of the tiller to the fixed portion right in here. So if we tilt up the tiller and we look in the bottom, you can see there is a large gap and there is a large tooth. When those come together, those should line up. Like that. Once that is set, the ring here is just, it's a guideline. That's about all that can be said for that. It's pretty close, and on this one it's actually quite close. It's closer than a lot of them. I've got my idle position screw set at my desired trolling speed, which is above the stop position. It's in the slow range. And then when you twist the grip all the way to the left, when the motor is in neutral, right here, reverse, neutral, forward. When it's in neutral, there's a stop on the mag plate that comes up to this interlock right here. That interlock moves depending on gear position, and in neutral it will automatically stop at start position. If you shift it into reverse, it backs it out some, and it allows the throttle to go a bit farther. It has to go all the way in reverse though. There we go. Now it stops on the second position. That's there to prevent it from over revving in reverse. When it's in forward, it has to be all the way in forward. Now it will go all the way to the maximum speed stop. And that gives you full spark advance and full throttle open. See that cam follower there? It pushes it back all the way to where the butterfly, if you look down the throat of the carburetor with the choke open, the butterfly in the carburetor would be horizontal. So the wide open bore. We'll take a look at the throttle arm here, where it's connected with the gears, the 90-degree gears here. That's the position at idle. That's the position at full throttle. And you can probably see there's a spring down there that holds the spark plug wires back, and they're routed underneath the arm, and that is to keep them away from the rotating flywheel when it's spinning while it's running. Full speed, idle. You may notice one other thing under here on the cam for the throttle. There is that hash mark that's shining right there. That needs to be synchronized with the cam follower, and when that hash mark is lined up with the arm in the center of the throttle, right there in the center of that roller, at that point all the slack should be taken out of this throttle linkage, and that should be the point where it just starts to move. See, that just started to move right there. I moved a little bit past it, but that mark is basically lined right up with the center of that cam roller. At that instant, when that arm starts to move. So right there, we're lined up. There are two screws on the bottom that hold that follower, or that cam on the bottom of the mag plate. You need to loosen those to set this. You need to loosen those. The one in the leading edge near the mark has a slot, so it'll pivot on the back one, the one at the wide open end of it. And you need to move that to the position where it just starts to open that butterfly when that mark is lined up with the center of the roller. That sets your link in sync, and that gives you the proper spark advance for any given throttle position. Alright, that pretty much wraps up the throttle operation on one of these. This has an air silencer on the front of the carburetor, and I'm not going to take that off of there. If needed, I can make another video showing down the throat of the carburetor on another motor that doesn't have one on there. If anyone wants to see the position of that butterfly. But you can probably pretty well imagine what it looks like when that turns to that position. The butterfly inside the carb throat is laying horizontal, and right there it's not vertical, but it's mostly closed off the carburetor throat, and the idle circuit is functioning at that point, and the high-speed circuit is not. And of course, somewhere in between is where it transitions. These motors transition pretty smooth with these carburetors. So that'll pretty much do it on this one. I hope this helps somebody out. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep your prop out of the mud.